welcome back to our channel. I asked you guys on Snapchat and on Instagram that we were doing a Q&A and if anybody was interested, and a lot of you guys sent me so many messages and Snapchats about doing the Q&A. You guys were really interested and you guys had a lot of questions, so we're doing a Q&A. You guys ready? Ready? All right. So the first question we got is, how old are we? If you guys remember, we did a previous vlog on my birthday, and it was that I was 27. So I'm 27 years old.
I'm the 3-0.
So he's 30.
He's the old one.
Oscar is
11.
11. Sammy is 8, and Ileana is
10.
10. So that's how old we are. The next question is, what is your middle name? So my name's Angelica. I go by Angie. So a lot of you guys who are coming from Are Together know me as Little Ange, because that's what Suzette calls me. So I'm Ange, but my middle name is Jasmine. If you guys, like I said, if you guys follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I'm usually like, that's what I have. I have Jasmine. Daniel does not have a middle name. It's so funny though, because they were gonna name him Julio Cesar.
After the
So
fight
thankful my mother-in-law did not name him like that. And not only does he not have a middle name, so does Ileana. Ileana does not have a middle name. The only ones that have middle name is me and the boys. And Oscar, you guys will hear me calling him Joshua. That's his middle name, Joshua.
Oscarín, Josué, Sandoval.
Hey. And then
Sam,
Daniel, Sam. Sammy is actually his middle name. We call him Sammy at home. And there's a whole story behind why we call him Sammy or Samuel. But his actual name is Daniel Samuel, or Daniel Samuel.
Or Junior.
He's not a junior.
He says he is Juicy.
I am. Look at this. Oh my God, he looks like me.
But his name is Daniel Samuel. We don't call him Daniel because he's Daniel, and it's just kind of weird. But at school he goes by Daniel, of course. But at home and family, call him Sammy. The next question we got was cats or dogs? Dogs. It's not that we don't like cats. It's just we're dog people.
Yep.
You want to see my dog?
Get it.
Comment down below.
Do you have siblings? I think this question's more for us.
Yeah.
Yes, I have one sister. I think she's came out in a blog
I
or
have
two.
siblings.
But I only have one sister. My mom didn't really want to have more kids, but I
Yeah,
only
I
have
have
one sister.
4 brothers and 1 sister.
So yeah, and believe it or not, Daniel's the baby of the family.
Yeah, I'm the smallest of the boys.
Of the boys.
The baby.
And then there's a sister right after him.
21.
She's the favorite one. Can you blame her? I love you, Valeria.
Me too.
The next question is, do you speak any different languages? Yes.
Yes.
English and Spanish.
English, well, I don't know about their Spanish, but yes,
Mama.
I speak Spanish. I'm very fluent. That's actually my first language, and so is his. However, he doesn't speak Spanish anymore. Like, his Spanish is so
I
butchered
forgot
that it's
it.
bad.
Just kidding.
Anyways, my Spanish is very fluent. Like, I speak Spanish every day, all day, at work, with my parents. Just very more fluent with it.
Abuelita.
All right. The next question is, how did you and your husband meet?
Well, me and
Honey
my
bunny,
mom met.
and your
We
Segro
met when
house.
I was
Or
walking down the
Segro
aisle.
house.
And mom's all like, hi, handsome. I'm like, hi,
You weren't even born.
You weren't even born.
That be quiet, man. Can't say.
All right. So this question is for mom and dad. Okay. So the question is, how did you and your husband meet? Oh, the funny story about how me and Daniel met is we actually went to the same exact school. He's older than me, so he was always like 2 or 3 grades higher than me. But he doesn't remember me, but I remember him at school. But I was a little girl. So later on throughout the years, we ended up finding out that we had the exact same friends. I have a best friend. Her name's Mina. I don't know if she's came out in any blogs, but she will in the future. So she was having a quinceañera, and it just so happened that I was her dama, and that he was one of the chambelanes. I didn't get to meet him until the second meeting. The first meeting he wasn't there because he had some personal family problems of his own. So I didn't know him until the second meeting that we had when we were actually gonna start doing the vals. And I saw him and I was like, I know that guy, but he doesn't remember me, which is totally fine.
There you go. I
Whatever.
feel comfortable better. Sorry.
So yeah. So how did we meet? We actually met at my best friend's quinceañera. The next one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I'll be 16 in 5 years.
You have a baby.
Where do we see ourselves in 5 years?
In a bigger house.
And definitely a bigger house.
Bigger house.
Me rich as a boxer,
You're only gonna be 16, Oscar.
but I'm gonna be a boxer.
I'll be 13.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't be a boxer until you're like.
I obviously see myself probably growing on YouTube. Definitely, probably having a different job. I want to go back to school. I don't know what route I want to take. I don't know what I want to go to school for. There's days where I do know, and my passion is like nursing. But then there's days where I'm just like, I'm so done with the medical field because that's where I work at. But like, I don't know, like in 5 years, like bigger house. Definitely will.
Own my own company.
Yeah, owning his
Definitely.
own company, growing on YouTube. So that's where we see ourselves. Okay, so now this question is, was the baby planned? Yes. Because Daniel's it hit the big 3-0 and I'm about to hit 30 pretty soon. And it's been 8 years since we've had Sam. I definitely wanted to have this baby before I turned 30. I feel like we're in a part in our lives where we're not only economically better, but maturity wise and relationship wise, we're in a good stage. So yes, this baby was planned. We actually sat down and we were like, all right, we're gonna have another baby, which I'm very happy, and we're just very, very excited for her to get here. The next question is the baby having her own room, or is she gonna be sharing with us?
Sharing.
She's gonna be sharing the room with us because the house that we live in, it's a 3-bedroom. The boys have their own room. We have our own room, and then Ileana has her own room.
Yes.
And we definitely don't have another room to put her in. So she's gonna be sharing the room with us. Besides, like she's gonna be waking up in the middle of the night. So having her in another room is just gonna be very like hard for me to get up and hear her. And I'm a very heavy sleeper, so she needs to be right next to me. The next question is, how do the babies feel about having a baby sister? How do you guys feel about having a baby?
I am so proud.
You're what?
I'm so proud.
You're proud?
Yeah,
You're
I
happy?
want a sister. I wish that Sam was a girl. I'm serious.
Well, you play with them, so man.
But he acts like a girl. He plays with me.
Well, that.
Well, yeah.
He doesn't act like a girl. He
Yes,
just
he
plays
does.
with you.
I'm like a girl. Like pretty non dresses. See, he acts like a girl.
No.
But
I
yeah,
don't
they
want
feel.
a baby.
Oh, I
You don't
guess
want a
not.
baby? So you're not happy to have the baby come home?
No, because in the middle of the night, it's like, wait, when you guys are leaving, I can hear you, like the door open. I'm like, what the? That's like, then I can hear the car. So when the baby's crying, of course I can.
He's gonna wake up and hear everything.
Yeah.
bad.
I think it's gonna be a huge adjustment for everybody just because we're so used to Joshua, can you turn off the TV? I think it's just gonna be a huge adjustment for all of us because, for the last 8 years, we really haven't had a baby at home. And I mean, Sam's a baby, but he is the baby. He's not a baby. But it's just been very different, so I'm actually really excited to see how everyone adjusts to the new baby. I mean, obviously me and Daniel have been down this route. So has Ileana, and so has Joshua. Sammy on the other side. I'm very shocked to see how he's going to be acting once the baby's born, just because he's so used to like having all the attention and pretty much being the baby of the house.
I never did.
Not
Where
no
do we
more.
live?
I'm the
That's
favorite.
next question.
I'm
So where do we live? We live
We live
in
in a
Phoenix.
house.
Phoenix, Arizona.
California. Yeah, we live in
California.
a house.
We don't live in California. We
We
live in
live
Phoenix.
in a house.
Well, yeah, I remember when we went
Okay,
to
Joshua.
California.
We live in
didn't
Phoenix.
think-
We're from Arizona, so
The east side. I'm just kidding.
What does that have to do with it? We live in Phoenix, you guys. We live in, I don't want to say central, but we're kind of like in the central area of Phoenix. Okay, so the next question is, so Jess Boss asked this question, and I want to give a huge shout out to Jess Boss. Jess Boss, I love you. You are truly like an inspiration for all of us, for me.
No, that's
Your positivity,
Dad
girl, like it
and
sucks
Mom.
me in, and it just makes me
How
want to be a
about
better person. Like, I'm really bummed out that you're unplugging from YouTube, but we're here to support you. I'm here to support you, and I'll be rooting for you. Whenever you come back to YouTube, girl, come back. And I hope one day that I get to meet you and I get to give you a big hug and a big kiss, because your words really do mean something to me, and I embrace them. So the next couple of questions are from Just Boss, and it says, describe your perfect date with your hubby. With your hubby, what would it be? Like, what would our perfect date be?
Going to the movies.
Steak.
Going to McDonald's. That's how you guys met.
No, the first day you guys were going to the movies. I don't know what you guys watched.
So we haven't had a date in such a long time. My mom usually stays with the kids, but
These kids are our dates every day.
these kids are annoying. Like,
You're so messed up.
Say what?
no, I'm just kidding.
Just
Like,
kidding.
my mom usually keeps the kids, like once in a while, you know, she'll just have them, and usually we take that time to just kind of rekindle us and like just kind of like go back to us being alone. It's kind of hard though. Like, once you have kids, like when you don't have them, you're like, I miss the kids. No, man, I think like once you're married, like what is a perfect day? Like, we don't really have
Some
perfect
peace and quiet? That what could it be?
Probably. Actually getting to sleep early and sleep in.
That sounds weird.
That sounds
That's
actually
called
amazing.
being sort of old. 'Cause,
The next question is, what pregnancy was the hardest?
Oh, I know that.
this one definitely.
And how do you feel about this pregnancy?
I know.
Definitely, this is my hardest pregnancy. I feel like the reason why is just because my body is just, it's a huge adjustment from 8 years ago to this time around. I'm definitely not, even though I say I'm 27, like I'm definitely not young anymore, compared my body to when I was 15 and pregnant. And for those of you who don't know, I was a teen mom, or I should say still am a teen mom. I don't know. I was a teen mom when I had Oscar. I was only 15 years old when I had him. And I kind of want to make a separate blog. So let me know if you guys want to have a separate blog about this. But I was 15 when I had Oscar.
Sammy's curve.
And then I had Ileana 2 years later.
What?
And then I had Sam 2 years
2
later
years
after that.
later.
So I definitely, yeah, 2 years later. So definitely did have a huge adjustment. So from being 19 to being 27 years old, it's a huge gap. So I feel like my body was just kind of like, it feels like I'm pregnant again for the first time ever in my life. And it is a lot harder, and I think a lot of it also has to do with my weight. You know, I'm not on the like super heavy side, but I am on the chubbier side. So I feel like my body is just kind of like, whoa, you know. Obviously with pregnancies, your body changes a lot, and this definitely has been the hardest pregnancy, especially with the results that we've been getting, and the beginning of how we were having issues and we were having our own personal problems, and it was just kind of hard, emotionally, mentally, and physically. How do you feel about the pregnancy? We are actually very excited. We are so happy, and we can't wait to hold her. And it's so funny because every day we have this conversation, like, who is she gonna look like? What is her personality gonna be like? Who is she going to like be like, you know? Every one of them has a different, like, you know, like their behavior is very different. Oscar tends to be more on like the quiet, more reserved part. Sam's a little bit more on the wild side, and Ileana is more on the, you know, she's very caring and giving, and she's very nurturing. Oh, I asked on Instagram, so most of these questions are from people from Instagram. And then the next question is most embarrassing moment. I have one, and it's so fun.
We never gonna die.
I just wanted you to
Get 'em.
know.
Hey.